let's get into it. So I know that this is probably, gonna upset some people. I know I'm probably supposed to, I'm probably not supposed to be talking about my life, my story, my truth, but this time I get into it because I feel strongly about the fact that my story being able to save someone else's life, or maybe someone else might be able to even identify with it. So, y'all, I'm a Jersey girl, born and raised in Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. I was born to my mother. I was the youngest of three that she had. We were raised in Prince Street Projects. For anybody who's from Newark, you may know, may not. Prince Street Projects. Um, I would say like growing up in the projects, it was typical like projects life. Lights going out. We had a lot of flooding for some reason. Like, but as a kid, we literally made it like it was a game, a joke. We would go out in our bathing suit, get up, get out, and play in the water. I guess that's what you do when you kids and you don't really know any better, right? So, um, I remember like even though I was the youngest of three, I remember my brother and sister being in the house, but I remember my oldest sister for let me just put a disclaimer out. I will not be saying any names, okay? You guys gonna have to follow me in this story. This sister that I'm talking about will be sister number 2, okay? I'll put them all in numbers as I continue the story. So, sister number 2 wasn't really in the house like that, even though, I saw her growing up. She was in and out, in and out. She was older, so she had her own life. So, she ended up getting pregnant when I was about 6 and a half. My mother put her out the house, so then it was only brother. What number do I put him? Hold on, y'all. Let me put, because I'm thinking in age order. Brother, let's put him as brother number 2. Okay? It was only me and brother number 2 now in the household. And my mother put my sister out because she had gotten pregnant. My sister go live with my grandmother. And I was always told growing up that my father had died right when I was 2. So on holidays, birthdays, all of that, my brother and sister's father is the one who took care of me. I've always known him as my dad. Never addressed anyone else as my father. Once they told me that my dad had died when I was 2, um, they showed me pictures sitting on his chest, and they had a bunch of stuff to prove to me that this guy who died was my father. So as a 6-year old little girl asking questions now about dad, I'm being told that he died. So, brother and sister's father is the one who takes care of me, and I love it. He never made me feel like I didn't have a father. I never even knew that I didn't have a father until my siblings told me that their father wasn't really my dad, right? So, we going through life, right? We still live in the projects. I remember so many times when my mother had this boyfriend and he would beat the crap out of her. He would beat the crap out of her. And me and my brother would sit and we would watch this. And I remember one particular incident when he beat my mom. My brother wasn't home. He must have went to like basketball or something because he was into sports when we were younger. He beat my mom, and I remember sticking my head out the door in the hallway to see what was going on, and I got scared because he was dragging her. You know the scene from um, What's Love Got to Do with the Tina Turner story. the scene when Ike is dragging Anime down the hall and the kids are watching, that's exactly what it was. And I went back in my room and I closed the door and I went and got back under my cover. And I remember him coming in my room with a screwdriver, y'all, and a deadbolt. At the time, like now I know it was a deadbolt because I'm like, no. But at the time I didn't know that it was a deadbolt. And he unscrewed my doorknob, put a deadbolt on it. He took the light bulb out of my lamp, put on the movie It, left out the room, locked the door, proceeded to go in the room, beat my mother. I could hear her in there yelling for dear life, but it's nothing I can do. I'm a kid. I can't remember exactly how old I was at the time, but I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help. I couldn't do anything. So at that moment, it created a fear of clowns for me. All right. It took me a very, very long time to even get over that fear altogether. But um, in seeing that kind of stuff, it taught me, that that was supposed to be a good way to be treated. That was how love was supposed to be displayed. I would remember times when my mom would leave my brother and I at the house and we didn't have any food. We would have like oodles and noodles, a pack of oodles and noodles, and my brother and I would just split it together because it was only he and I. Again, my sister was already out of the house and she was living with my grandmother because she was pregnant. And we're going through our emotions and everything, living in the projects. Finally, when my mother was able to get a better job and she started working for the police department, Newark Police Department. Well, she got us out of there. We moved to this 2-bedroom apartment. Me, her, and my brother moved to this 2-bedroom apartment in the Weequahic section of Newark. And I transferred to Maple Avenue. I went to Maple. Actually, I went to the Annex first, and then I went to Maple Avenue. And while living over there, like, I remember going to Maple Avenue, and um, my mother every weekend would take me to Murray Sticks. For those of you guys who don't know what Murray Sticks is, it's a supermarket, or it was a supermarket back in the day. She would take me to Murray Sticks and be like, "Oh, we're going to go see Uncle Willie." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's go see Uncle Willie in Murray Sticks." And every time we would go see Uncle Willie is giving us groceries. "What up, Yana? What's going on? I love you. Great job. Keep up the good work. I'm so proud of you. Here goes some groceries. Here goes some money." All of this. I had the best uncle in the world. All right. Well, while I was finishing out my um, school year, I believe I was in the 6th grade. I believe I was in the 6th grade. And it was the summer, it was the end of the school year. So, last day of school, my mom was coming to pick me up. I was so excited to go out and be with her. I knew that this summer was going to be a great summer. I looked forward to going to spend time with my grandmother. I was happy, y'all. Okay? Happy. I'm skipping out of school. Let's go. And as I get out the door, all I see is balloons that say "Welcome Home," and my mother standing there with Uncle Willie at the car, and I'm confused. So I stop, of course, because I don't know what's going on. And my mother was like, "Surprise." Okay, well, surprise what? What did, I know him.